What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here, and dude, I apologize for being so late, man. But listen to me, dude. I was having a 5-star classic. I was having a fight of my life with my immune system. But guess who came out victorious, bro? You know, there's still some remnants. Your boy got knocked out a few times in the rounds, but I came out on top, man. And I am here today with the red button struck. I hit that thing with everything I had. Because we are here today to read the latest installment in that Sanji greatness. Shokugeki no Sanji awesome sauce. I did not think we were going to get another one of these ever. So to know that we're getting a chapter 2 in honor of that 1000 awesome sauce. Listen, bro, look. Earlier this week it got to the point to where I needed to get it off my chest. That I went to my computer and I was like, if I can't record with an actual camera, I'm recording my voice. Didn't last 3 minutes, man. And I was talking about chapter 1000, something I could not wait to talk. I was like, bro, I can't do this. I can't do this, man. But today we're here, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the Shokugeki no Sanji awesome sauce. So, once again, I greatly apologize if there's any sort of residue still left from this battle. I have my immune system. So if you can't stand the voice right now, I greatly apologize. It's out of my control, man. You feel me? At least for right now, it is completely out of my control. But without further ado, let's get right into the Shokugeki no Sanji greatness, because I was like, man, I need to record soon, because I want to read this, and then I also really badly want to watch the anime episodes I have left before we get this new episode here on Saturday. So I was like, what better time? But there was no way I could come back on YouTube and not do this first. Not do the Shokugeki no Sanji first. So let's get right into it. Right here we see the cover page. My boy swagged out, pulling up the tie, all the pots and pans and everything right here, ready for him to go in, because this is his battlefield. You know, this is where he goes up in like somewhere, and there's not a single individual who can best him in what he does. Like, this is his thing. My boy's a cook. He's Mr. Prince out there in the land when he's taking dubs and going up in like swimwear, but in the kitchen, that's the GOAT. That's the GOAT in the kitchen, dog. So let's get right into this next page here, and we started off beautiful panel of Sanji right here, as you don't get to see his face, but you get to see the SIG in a little music note as he's like humming to himself. Boy, he's out here cutting, you know what I'm saying? So he's doing his thing. You can see that's the Going Merry. That's the Going Merry. So at least we get to see where this is in the timeline. Yeah, Nami still has short hair. This is definitely the Going Merry. Yo, Nami looks fantastic. Yep, right on course. Smooth sailing. We see a log pose. Sorry to keep you waiting, Nami. As you requested, a special cold-pressed fruit juice just for you, with a tang of tangerines as its centerpiece. It's both healthy and beautifying. Wow, pretty. Thanks, Sanji. Yo, straight up East Blue vibes, man. Like, I'll take this. Even though I think this is a little after. It's got to be somewhere in the Grand Line. But still, regardless, like, just the vibe, the environment, them on the ship again, for the love of all that is Flagners. You know, how long it's been since we've had that in the manga. You feel me? So it's like, yo, just having Sanji and Nami together on the ship. I'll work my fingers to the bone if it means being rewarded with that gorgeous smile. And you get to see Nami over there. Shut up, would ya? What are you on about this time, cook? Here we go. This is what we're here for. So, here we get to see Zoro complete here, looking super fresh. Flirting with anything that moves day after day. Do you even know what it means to be serious? Like you can talk when you're napping in the middle of the day. Do some work, you bum. If I'm awake, I'm stuck listening to some Playboy's dumb pickup lines. Hey, no fighting, you two. See, but in this case, Nami 100% and where this was in the story would have smacked the Flagnars out of both of them. Either that or she wouldn't have bothered with it at all. Where's my juice, huh? I believe what you mean to say is, pardon me, might I please have my portion? Try being polite. Guys, get your butts down here. I made drinks. Sorry about that, man. Your boy had to go get some water. You know, the throat, it was calling for it. It was calling for it, man. I couldn't say no. So we're going to see a castaway boat here on the outside. I gotta pull this thing closer to me. Can barely see out here. Loving the interactions already between the crew. You know, they've definitely nailed that aspect of this. And the art looks superb as well. You know, it's been a really long time since I've read Shokugeki no Soma. I never got a chance to finish it. Last chapter I read was God knows how many years ago. So, you know, having my last two experiences being the original Shokugeki no Sanji, now this one, it really reminds me just how good of an artist the creator of Shokugeki no Soma really is. But regardless, right here we get to see somebody here. It looks like they're in pain. They're holding on to their right arm. Huh? Cast away off the port bow. What are we gonna do, Luffy? Let me see the king, dog. Let me see my boy. A castaway? Think he can sing? Do you see an instrument? Yo, Luffy. That's right, because this is a pre-Brook. So he's still looking for a musician. That's still one of the top things that he's looking forward to on the seas, is finally finding that musician that can come onto the crew and sing for them whenever they ask for it. Drop the musician thing already. Little did they know, man, that Brook would come into their lives very, very soon. Oh gosh, your shoulder and collarbone might be broken. You probably have some cracked ribs too. I wouldn't move that arm for at least a few weeks. So since Nami was the one who patched him up, this is definitely like either right at the beginning of the Grand Line or because there's no chopper, so it's got to be before Drum Island. So well, yeah, it's got to be Little Garden, Whiskey Peak, Reverse Mountain, you know, before all of that takes place. Because I don't think there's a Vivi on the ship either. So this has to be, you know, fresh out of Arlong Park, Straw Hat Crew here. Not even at Loketown yet, at least I'm assuming. But regardless, that's not important here. I would move that arm for at least a few weeks. Castaway Ruibe. Didn't need you lot saving me. Should have left me adrift, that's what you should have done. Come on, old man. Yo, this dude always makes Sanji look so fresh, dog. How can you complain after getting personal nursing from Nami, huh? That's true. That's a good point. Hey, Sanji spitting facts. I'm jealous, man. Want me to go break something? Well, because I'll do it. So if I'm getting this right, you're a chef from nearby island. A chef? And since your only daughter is getting married, you figured you'd get the legendary fish to serve at her wedding feast. But on your way home after buying some, you got caught in a sudden squall and hurt yourself trying to ride it out. You get a picture of Sanji looking at his daughter. He's like Flagnard's hard eyes. You're lucky we came along. Most people would be thanking us. So what are you in such a mood? What are you in such a sour mood for? Give that back. Wait a minute, never mind that. The wedding feast is tomorrow? We have to get you home fast. Yo, I love how these spin-off series are always so, like, they always try to hide the faces for as long as they can. You know, Hungry Days did it, the good old Hungry Days commercials. They did it for quite some time. Always trying to hide the face of, like, the king and whatnot. Because right here, the bubbles, or the speech bubbles are hiding Usopp and Luffy's faces. And I always appreciate little bits of details like that. So that way, whenever I actually do get to see what they look like, it's like Flagnards, you know, this is really cool. Did you hear the legendary fish? Yeah, I like the sound of that. I wonder how yummy they taste. Yeah? Hey, we'll take you back to your island. So let us have some of the fish, okay? Didn't you hear him? It's for a wedding feast. If you want him, you can take him all. Eat him, toss him back in the sea, do whatever you want. You'll get to see Sanji here on the outside, and we will get to see the fish, man. See, it's the ingredients, bro. Like, the ingredients from the dude who makes Shokugeki no Soma. It looks absolutely incredible. Like, I would love to eat this fish right here. Look at those fish, they're beautiful. Need, how many do you think there are? We get to see Usopp's nose, the legendary nose. This giant barrel is packed full. Whoa, don't tell me. Are these draconic super fillet salmon? Draconic super fillet salmon. Also called dragon salmon. I'm so tempted right now. Screw it, I'm gonna say it. Koido! You feel me? Around certain parts of the planet, Koido is known as draconic super fillet salmon. Dragon salmon. They're a type of salmon whose long, sinuous body brings to mind the imaginary dragon. Only during their mating season do they gather swimming in schools of hundreds. Their flesh is considered far more tender and delicious than even beef tenderloin. Wow. And is thought to bring good fortune to those lucky enough to eat it. An excerpt from the Encyclopedia of Rare and Unique Ingredients, East Blue. I love the little tidbit right there. Yep, dragon salmon, but dressing and filleting them up takes exacting skill. There isn't a soul on my island who could do it. So I plunked down a lot of money to buy as many as I could to practice on, right? My friends laughed at me over it too. Looks like they were right. Even if I hadn't gotten hurt, I never could have done it. No measly East Blue cook ever could. And Sanji's like, oh, Sanji's like, oh my, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? The guy just ain't a chef of the East Blue. I'm a chef from the Bratier. I come from the restaurant of Red Leg Zeph. People came into my restaurant to eat my meals, and when they left, their attributes were 1,500 plus. You know what I'm saying? This is no ordinary cook. This is the GOAT. This is Sanji. You know, this is Mr. Prince. Put some respect on my boy's name when it comes to his cooking, man. Excuse me? Excuse me? You wait right there. You wait right there. As the former sous chef of a floating restaurant, you've talked to him, of a floating restaurant proud to sail the East Blue. I can't let that insult slide, Monsieur Rube. Besides, if it means boosting the happiness of a lovely lady, how could I not give a helping hand? I'll fillet the dragon salmon. You're going home with your head held high, old man. You're a cook? Ain't you full of yourself, kid? What kind of novice? A novice. You better stop disrespecting Sanji, bro. Like you do. If you really are a cook, you'd know not just anyone can handle dragon salmon. Only a first-rate chef from the Grand Line would even try. Hearing you put it that way only gets me even more fired up. Yo, look at my boy Swag down right here, bro. Tie flying in the wind, dude is popping down the Come on now. Come on now, bro. When you see that, you put your entire kitchen in that man's hands. Screw the dragon salmon. You give that man your whole restaurant. Like, yo, I used to work at a restaurant, man. I was in command of that thing. Sanji ever came up in there, I'd be like, yo, take money. What do you want? Like, yo, go in the kitchen and make some food. What are you talking to me for, bro? I'm irrelevant here. Go make some food. Make the customers happy, man. Make me happy, dog. I'll eat some food. You know what I mean, dog? Like, I can spot a good cook from a mile away. And that's a shoot. Hey, my boy Sanji's the GOAT. Look what it is. So you got Sanji, knife in hand. I mean, he's just going up in like Soma first. The Nagiore? Is that how that's said? Nagiore. Next off with the Ikale. Then the Branchi. And just the way that it looks, man. Just the precision on the cuts right here. But how? What speed and accuracy? He's as fluid as the sea flowing from one step to the next. The way he's moving, it's like the fishes dancing on the cutting board. You're dang skippy they're dancing on the cutting board. Sanji's the one cooking them. For a young kid, he has unbelievable skill. You get Nami walks in the middle of Sanji going in. So it looks like Sanji hits something, and then water or whatever that is splashes over his face. It's like this massive explosion here. His tie's even sent flying backwards. Yikes, you okay? It was definitely some sort of water or something that put out a sig here. Well, what was that explosion? There, see, that's the hardest part. The dragon salmon's stomach, its most tender part, is particularly sensitive to a knife's blade. To open it successfully requires a perfectly straight singular cut. You can't be off by even a millimeter. The slightest hesitation or waver of the blade, and pop. The fish's natural defenses make it burst like a balloon, exploding all its delicious flesh into useless scraps. So there. Huh? Get how hard it is now, kid? Not that I could do it either, no matter how many times I tried. Then why the attitude? For real, Zoro's like, yo, you over here smacking your gums like you're Dracula Mihawk talking about these things. Like, stop smacking. Wait, he has to do it in a single cut? When the fish is that long and wiggly? In that case, how about this knife? And Sanji brings out a knife even longer, bro. Man's is like, yo, screw all this. I'm over here using a seppuku knife when I gotta use Zangetsu. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my boy Sanji was like, yo, Ichigo, I need your blade to cut up some dragon salmon, dog. You feel me? Ichigo was like, no worries. No worries, man. I got you. You're Sanji. Like, I put some respect on Mr. Prince's name. Straight from the mouth of Ichigo. From one goat to another. That one is way longer than the other one. I can totally see that working. Right. This is a Yanagiba knife. I don't know about Yanagiba. That thing is definitely Zangetsu. They're just, you know what I mean? Like, yo, that is Zangetsu, son. It's a tool specifically designed for cutting fish, for sushi, and sashimi. So, you know, in my terms, that is for cutting hollows, arankars, and espada. A firm but gentle pull of the long, sharp blade from hilt to tip will slice the flesh cleanly, cutting the fibers without crushing them or letting any tasty juices escape. Watch, with this knife, I'll be able to... And we're going to see a pop. He missed it again. Another explosion. Another explosion. Looks like this is very tough for Sanji here, man. We're going to see Nami and Ruby looking through the window. Oh boy, I've never seen Sanji look so scary in the kitchen before. I know you said it was, but I had no idea it was that hard. Stop, just stop. Quit trying already, it's over. I was in over my head from the start with this dragon salmon idea. Yo, I just can't get over the fact that the creator of Shokugeki no Soma decided to choose this era that's like filled with so much nostalgia for us as One Piece fans. Like, the moment that you see Nami with the short hair, Zoro in his clothes that he first had whenever we first met him in the series, and Sanji is like, yo, just seeing the East Blue crew here, seeing the East Blue crew in general, is always, you know, filled with mad amounts of nostalgia, especially whenever they are in their original gear, with like the original art style and the anime, the transitions, the you know, the legendary soundtracks. But seeing this done from somebody else's lens and how they would tackle certain things. I mean, we saw how Boichi handled the Zoro versus Mihawk chapter, which was absolutely incredible. But here, seeing this portion of the East Blue saga through the perspective of the Shokugeki no Sama mangaka is just super dope to me, man. It really, really is. I adore One Piece spin-offs and seeing how other people would tackle certain things, and just seeing this era once again, but in a different art style, is super cool. It really, really is, man. Like, I wish I was able to listen to some soundtracks, you know, put on some East Blue soundtracks in my brain, but I guess I could do that automatically. Hey, wait, don't give up yet. Sanjay's trying his best for your daughter. Some things are just plain impossible, better to give up with grace. But it's for your daughter, right? Who you care about a lot? You bet I do. She's way too precious a treasure for a dad like me. I was so busy with work I never did much for her when she was growing up. See, she was a frail little girl. Got sick real bad more times than I can count. I'd go to sleep each night, wondering if I'd go to my daughter's bed the next morning, only to find she hadn't woken up, that she'd never say good morning to me again. Closing my eyes was terrifying, let me tell you. Yo, man, this shot of Zoro looks so goat. It looks so fire. I had wanted to do something special for her on the biggest day of her life, but hurting myself like this was the heavens telling me not to bother. That has to be it, Mr. Rube. Sorry for all the trouble I caused you folks. I'll go tell your cook he can quit bothering now. Don't. Zoro? What right do you have to talk, kid? It's my decision. You don't know a thing about this. Oh, I know plenty. Cooks and swordsmen may be totally different jobs, but we both make our living by the blade. Yo! When a man says he gotta cut something, he's not gonna back down. Talk Yo, dun, 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 dun. Like, yeah, come on. Bro, when Zoro starts speaking about the blade, you listen to my boy. You listen to him. You feel me? So they're like, shocked One Piece expression. Did my man just drop some knowledge? You dang right he did. Zoro looks over, sees all the blades here on the on the table. Looks over. All of my knives are in top condition. The fault can't lie with my tools. What the heck do I have to do to fillet this thing? Think. There has to be a way. The zangetsu is probably too thin. It's not designed to cut through the tough skin and tendons needed during the filleting stage. My deba knife is, but its blade is much too short. Length, sharpness, sturdiness. I need a blade with all three qualities for this to work. What? Still haven't done it? And after all that bragging you did too. Lame. Excuse me? What are you even in here for anyway? That desperate for attention? Well, sorry, but I'm busy. Get out of my kitchen. No need to tell me twice. I've got to do my daily training. I've got my daily training to do anyway. But before I go, I need to leave one of my swords here. This here's a big boy sword. The fact that Zoro is entrusting Sanji with his blade here. Sanji's like, sweet mother of Flagners. It won't listen to lame playboys who only know how to goof off. But I only know one guy like that. And I know if I left this sword in the same room as him, he wouldn't even have the guts to pick it up. Huh? Zoro? And Zoro leaves. Leaving the blade there. Doing a classic Zoro thing. Second hand, you know what I'm saying? Go up and look somewhere. And Sanji looks down. Poking his nose in where it don't belong, huh? Whoa. Now this is convenient. The tool I need to just happens to be lying right here. I love this because this is just how it was especially back in those times. I mean, it still is that way now, If one of them's going to help each other out, it's going to be in this nonchalant type of way. In this type of, I'm going to help you, but I ain't just going to go out and say I'm going to help you type of way. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what he's doing here. I found this tool. It's exactly what I need. It just so happens to be on my table. I'm going to use it. Sanji looks mad fresh right here. He goes. And we get this panel of Sanji unsheathing the sword. And it looks goat. The tie is flying. The hockey's about to break my screen. And he takes it out. Puts it right here. We get treated to a gorgeous double-page spread. Look at this thing. Sanji holding the blade in hand. Swordsmen all over the world are shook. All over the world, like, a legend has been born here. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Like, dude, Zoro he felt a chill up his side. He's like, ooh. A monster's over there, you know what I'm saying? We got Ichigo, man. We got my boy Reen, the goat. You got Kenpachi, he always smells danger in the air. He's like, what is that? The bells are ringing. Like, hold on, G. What's going on? What's going on? Did a legend just pull out a blade? Because, my man pulled out and unsheathed the blade and the hockey took over everything else. The tides in the ocean were filled with Sanji's hockey as he pulled out his blade here. And this is East Blue Sanji now. You feel me? Like, this ain't no current Sanji. This is East Blue Sanji. But when the blade is pulled at any given point by our cook, length, sharpness, perfect. I'll show you I can do it, you stupid swordsman. Sanji goes down holding his blade in hand. And he slices the ever-loving Flagners out of this fish. I mean, he slices that thing like I would slice down whenever I'm playing Trails. You know what I'm saying? Wah! Wah! Got that. Like I'm out here playing the FF7 remake. My boy Cloud, even Cloud's in there like, who picked up that sword? Sephiroth's like, he's like, hey man, that blade might be strong enough to take out my wing. You know what I mean? Like, Sanji. And Nami looks very happy. Rubei looks very happy. As Sanji finally cuts this thing. Finally. In one fell swoop. I did it. The next day on Rubei's island. Am I still dreaming? Is that Dragon salmon? I never thought I'd see one in person. Sanji's wedding special dragon boat of dragon salmon sashimi, aka Koido. I never forget. Listen, man, somebody tries to tell me one of these days, like, yo, Sanji, there's no way Sanji could take on the koi man himself. The dough. You know what I mean? Listen. We're seeing it here. He'd serve them up on a platter. So that Big Mom can eat them. But anyways. Tell us, Rube, how the heck did you manage to play... How the heck did you manage to play that thing? It wasn't me. I happened across an amazing man out at sea. We're sitting already? At least let me introduce you to my friends and family. I owe you so much. Sorry, we're pirates. Just a bunch of lawbreakers selling through. We don't belong at a wedding banquet. Yo, look at how fresh Sanji looks here. But if you don't mind, give your daughter a message for me. Just tell her a fine gentleman gave you a little hand. So in the end, I didn't do anything at all. What are you talking about, Dad? I have nothing but gratitude to that gentleman, of course. But you were the one who went through so much just to find the fish and bring it here. Thanks, Dad. I'm really happy. You see, he breaks down into tears here. Go back to the going merry. And Sanji's coming out, man. And he's bringing out a meal, son. Look at that thing. All right, you guys. We're putting on a feast of our own. He shared a bunch of dragon salmon with us, so we're having a special full-course dinner tonight. First up, succulent seared dragon salmon sushi. Wahoo! Yummy, yum, yum! We're going to see Luffy and Usopp, but we don't get to see look at their eyes. Whoa, this scent. Oh, it's just too much. My face is warped from joy and it won't go back. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at the fatty salmon. It's so tender, it jiggles. Time to dig in. And Nami? Oh, God, here we go. I remember these from whenever I read Soma. So the food goes in there. And here it goes. Just a... Yeah! You feel me? The fish is so tender. It melted into sweet waves the moment it touched my tongue. And the aroma the searing gave it is making me dizzy. So luxuriant! Then there's the roughly chopped scallions with their contrasting crunchy texture and tangy bitterness. They pair perfectly with the sharp bite of the wasabi, beautifully underscoring the richness of the fish's fatty oils. Listen, I don't know if anyone could who's ever put pen to paper could describe food as accurately as what I just read. that right there, son, is like, yo, I could taste it myself reading that description. Like, goodness gracious, what a description, man. Delicioso! Maybe, just maybe, I met a cook who will one day be a legend. He already is a legend. I mean, look at everyone. One bite of his dragon salmon has turned this entire banquet into heaven on earth. Rumors say that somewhere on the Grand Line is a mermaid's paradise. And I bet it's something like this. A mermaid's paradise, man. Fishman Island. And there we go. So beautiful that no art can do it justice. And right here we get to see Nami and old daughter. And even the dude, Ryubei. All his mermaids here in this excellent panel. Watch out. Here we have Zoro. Don't tell me. We have Munch. Zoro's biting down. Puts down his drink here. Ooh. Felt that one. Yo, Zoro's too cool for the food gossip, man. He's like, yo, that one hit the spot. Like, alright, Sanji, that one hit the spot. I can't stop eating. Sanji's the greatest. It's damn good, ain't it? Man, dude. There's plenty more where that came from. Eat up, guys, eat up. Yeah. Man, last night's dishes turned out perfectly, if I do say so myself. Best of all, Nami seemed to love them. You know, that's top priority. What a great experience to have right before we dive into the Grand Line. Never thought I'd get to work with dragon salmon. You will in the future. You will in the future. And you know, I'm gonna stop, man. And Sanji looks over. His eyes clash with Zoro's here. They have a little Conqueror's Hockey clash. ... That's right. Hey, you. Give me a handful of salt. Salt? What for? A certain gutter-minded cook's dirty thoughts might have gotten all over my sword. I gotta purify it. Watch out. Excuse me? Who's gonna give any of our precious salt to you, huh? Not me. Why don't you just swish it around in the ocean instead planting a salt in that? Do what now? You heard me. What a pain. And you get to see the news coup coming in, yo. You get to see New Marineford in there. I can't tell what anything else is. But that's really, really dope. So it's at the very end of the chapter, we never got to see Usopp and Luffy's faces. Interesting. I wonder if we'll get to see them whenever if we ever get a chapter 3. But the fact that the creator of Shokugeki no Soma came back to give us this marvelous chapter, because he could have easily, on top of all of the other things that a mangaka already has to do, on top of, I'm sure that especially right now, that I don't know if the creator of Soma is working on anything, but he must be preparing himself for his next work or whatever it may be. But for the creator of Soma to come on here and give us a 41-page chapter dedicated to that Sanji greatness, and not only the Sanji greatness, if it was just a Sanji greatness, like it was in the first chapter, they'd be like, cool, man. Like it was really nice to showcase this important character on our journey to celebrate 1,000 chapters. But it's going above and beyond, and even capturing the spirit of the East Blue Saga in this chapter, with Nami, Sanji, and Zoro's relationships, and how it did capture that movie OVA TV special type of vibe with the characters that we're never gonna meet again, and how they would always brush them off like, yo, we're pirates, like, we're not gonna show up to this wedding banquet, but just tell them that a fine gentleman was the one who cooked the meal. Like, never wanted to take any credit, as they never do. But that's always done in these like movies and TV specials and OVAs. And to see it done here, and for them to capture the spirit so well, massive props to the creator of Shokugeki no Soma. This was awesome. This is a really, really dope second chapter to the Shokugeki no Sanji thing. This is something I would love to own. Like, I would love for this individual to create more chapters as this creator, like a whole volume. I'll put that thing back there. Like, man, the art was superb. The vibe was superb. When you have my boy Sanji looking fresh, and then you have some excellent Nami and Zoro panels along the way, that's all you could ask for. That's all you could ask for, bro. But man, I got to see with my own 2 eyes Sanji unsheathing a blade in the most cool way possible. Like, when he unsheathed Zoro's blade, it felt like the entire universe was feeling it. The hawk, bro, my wall started shaking. The last time my wall shook like that was yesterday when I was playing Hajimaru no Kiseki. Because of my boy Reed. It's always these swordsmen, man, and individuals who can open blades. I have a thing for swordsmen, man, and individuals who possibly can do such a thing, like, swordsman in the kitchen, like my boy Sanji, a swordsman at heart, like my boy Monkey D. Luffy, even like, because, he does his thing, he holds his blade, but we know that's not what he does. We know that he'd much rather punch his way out of a situation. But regardless, like, that was such a dope moment, too, whenever Zoro was like, listen, cooks and swordsmen may be totally different jobs, but we both make our living by the blade. When a man says he's got to cut something, he's not going to back down, and he knows for sure that Sanji ain't going to back down. And I love this, man. What an awesome little chapter to celebrate 1,000 chapters of the best-selling manga in history. This double spread right here of Sanji unsheathing the blade is so dope, bro. It's so dope. And just keeping truth to the rivalry and how they captured the vibe and the aesthetic, even the little Fishman Island, and like for Sanji's true dream of wanting to go out and number 1, of course, being the all blue, and number 2, eventually getting to that mermaid paradise, which of course we would find out was Fishman Island. But seeing all that captured here in the early parts, it's super dope, man. It's super dope. It really is capturing the spirit of what 1,000 chapters should capture. And that's to look back on the entire journey up until this point and be like, Flagnards, what an amazing experience it was. And seeing, all of that here captured in this one chapter from all the way back then. Just super dope, man. Like, you can tell how much the creator of Soma loves Sanji just based on the amount of, like, insanely cool panels he gave him. But man, dude, so glad I was able to sit down and read this today. I apologize if my brain was going crazy, man. Like I said, I've been dealing with this battle against my immune system, so It is what it is, but I had a lot of fun, man, reading this chapter. The next time y'all see me, we'll be here for... Honestly, I don't know. It might be the episode reactions, but it could be something else. It could be something else, man. We'll see what happens. But regardless, this was the Shokugeki no Sanji Greatness. Looking forward to rereading this again later on. I already want to reread it right now, dude. Just the amount of dope panels, the vibe. What I want to do is I want to reread it with soundtracks. I want to reread it with the good old, OST one, with like the soundtracks from the first movie and from the beginning of the anime, and just listen to those while I read this chapter, just to capture even more of that vibe and that energy. But I'll see y'all next time, man. Shokugeki no Sanji Greatness. Shout out to the creator of Soma once again for going out of their way to create so many pages of greatness, just for not only our enjoyment, but to celebrate this incredible milestone, man. What an awesome chapter. I'll see y'all next time. One Piece awesome sauce. What a great way to come back on here, huh?